John Key became leader of the National Party in 2006 and was elected Prime Minister in 2008. The National Party currently enjoys very high poll ratings of around 50% support, and the Prime Minister himself has similar support as the preferred Prime Minister. However, among his many other achievements, and I've listed just some, we should not forget that Prime Minister Key was also an alumnus of the University of Canterbury, who through their work in the Europe Centre are hosting us this evening.
Quite right. My investment banking career did have some great significance for some of the people in the room because I was Global Head of Foreign Exchange at Merrill at the time that the euro came into being as a currency, and with great predictions at the time actually that it would go on to be a significant reserve currency, and of course that's exactly the position that it's adopted. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, can I take this opportunity to welcome you to Parliament and here to the banquet hall, one of the very large and beautiful rooms here in the Beehive. Can I also take the opportunity to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of New Zealand's diplomatic relations with the European Union. My topic tonight is Europe's place in New Zealand's foreign policy. This significant anniversary provides an occasion to look at how we can work together over the next 50 years. This evening I'd like to discuss our commitment to a broad and substantial European relationship and our plans for carrying that relationship forward. New Zealand and its people have a very close and natural affinity to Europe. New Zealand has adopted and adapted much of its norms, values, and indeed institutions from Europe. The experience of 2 world wars and the massive loss of life on European soil is an example of our entwined heritage. For many New Zealanders, Europe has an enormous draw for its culture and its history. So New Zealand, like Europe, has experienced significant demographic change over the past 5 decades. 30 years ago, upwards of 85% of our population considered themselves to be European origin or Pākehā. On our last census in 2006, it showed that people of European descent now number 68% of our population. More than 14% are Māori, 7% are Pacifica, and 9% people of Asian descent. This illustrates that today New Zealanders come from diverse cultural backgrounds, a situation that is becoming more common in Europe as well. We celebrate this. We also continue to value our European heritage, our culture, our institutions, and our shared values. In terms of our foreign policy, throughout the last 50 years, New Zealand has become a nation that is more self-confident. New Zealand in 2010 sees itself as a vibrant and multicultural nation with an independent foreign policy, as confident with our position in the Asia-Pacific region as we are with our strong European and Maori cultural influences. There are opportunities for the EU to work with New Zealand as a like-minded partner in contributing to global and regional security, counter-terrorism and promotion of human rights, movements of people and development cooperation. But if we want to take this relationship forward in the future, then I think it will be important to achieve the right framework that will allow us to work together as bilateral partners in an increasingly complex world. We need to be forward-thinking and creative. We need to look across all aspects of our relationship and adopt a comprehensive approach. New Zealand realises that it is by far the smaller partner, but we are committed to working with the EU to realise common goals. Last year's Commission President Barroso and I agreed to take discussions of our partnership to the next stage, a formal comprehensive agreement. The aim is to build on the 2007 Joint Declaration on Relations and Cooperation between New Zealand and the EU. In my view, a formal agreement that covers all areas of the relationship between the EU and New Zealand, including political, security, economic and trade elements is both a logical and desirable next step for our relationship, and of a relationship of such significance.